Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome everyone here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and we are here on KCAA Radio Network. We are live on 1050 AM and 106.5 FM, and we are covering over 5 million households here in the greater Los Angeles. And if you subscribe to Building Solid Foundations channel, you will see us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and you'll be able to watch all our previous shows. Okay, so today I have an amazing guest for you. And I don't know if you know that my Fire Up Live event is upcoming, and it will be on September 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. So it's a 4-day event. And today I have a couple of arts presenters that's going to be on the 25th of September. So let me go ahead and introduce you to the first guest is Chris Miller. Chris Miller is the founder and CEO of Healthy Money, Happy Life, a financial literacy and wellness company. She has helped over 6,000 families avoid financial disaster for strategically planning for their futures. She has protected over $2.5 billion in assets. Not one of her clients have lost a single dime due to market loss. Her clients dramatically improve management of their current finances and discover unique and imaginative ways to plan, save, and invest so they can thrive and live a happy and healthy life, including life after work. So let's welcome Chris Miller. Hi, Chris.
Thank you, Marie. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, and again, our next guest also is here, and her name is Lee Smith. Lee Smith is the mindset thought leader with Upcycle Coaching LLC and G3 Mastermind. She guides growth-minded women, entrepreneurs to silence their inner critic and turn up the volume of their positive self-talk so they can lead boldly and live unapologetically. So let's welcome Lee Smith.
Thank you so much, Marie. Excited to be here with you.
So how are you guys, ladies? Are you excited on the Fire Up Live event?
Yes, very much. Yes.
So.
Yeah.
I know, Lee, you were here, was it last year, right?
Yes.
And you got to be in my TV talk show that I am working on right now for Fire Up Connect. I was able to get a chance to interview you. And so that was nice to be able to do that with you. And Chris Miller here, as I met you at Manny's event at ServeX, and you did a presentation there. Beautiful presentation. And so now you're both here, and you're going to be at the Fire Up Live event on September 25th, and you will be working directly with Glenn Moore Shower.
Yes.
So let me ask you firstly, what was the experience for you when you first worked with Glenn?
Oh my gosh, it was mind blowing because there was so much energy, and the little pivots and tweaks that he gave me, they may have seemed little if you read the notes on paper, but they created big difference in the way I was able to deliver and present and show up on stage.
Okay. And did you get a chance to work with him after the event?
I did. I sat down with him. I said, I want to get some more of your insights because what I see you do on stage is so powerful. And that's what I want to do, is to show up powerfully so that my message lands with the audience, not just on their ears, but in their hearts. And it creates that shift in those moments so they are ready to take those tips and ideas that I share, put those into action and really make that difference. And so Glenn was, he was so giving And I loved the way too that he shared constructive criticism. It wasn't like, oh, well, here's where you went wrong and here's where you really could have done better. He said, here's what you did and I liked it. Here's how we can take it to the next level. And I always loved the challenge of taking myself to the next level. So Glenn was super helpful with that.
Okay. And for our audience, if you have not heard about Glenn Morshower, Glenn is a Hollywood actor and he's an inspirational speaker, and he is now training speakers. And Lynn had a chance to get trained by Glenn last year. And then she's gonna go ahead and get trained also this year, right?
Yes.
With the Fire Up Live. And so now I know, Chris Miller, you're a professional speaker already, and you have signed up also for Glenn's speakers training. What are your expectations right now? And, why did you even sign up in the first place?
Right. Well, I've been speaking 35 years and you just never can stop learning. At least I cannot stop learning. And I want to connect with the audience. So to get a training from someone that's done hundreds of movies and TV that really gets it, I could see a few more little tweaks and I'll be able to hit my goal, which is to reach millions of people with a safe money conversation.
Okay. And you were able to listen to him from our last event, right? What did you think of his presentation?
Oh, he's great. He just has it. He has it all organized for sure. He's definitely connects with the audience. It makes you feel like you're present. In fact, when I first met him, we didn't even say anything. And he looked at me and he goes, that smile. He said about 10 times. We just hit it off and we hadn't even said anything. We were hugging, and he's a really sweet, good-hearted person. And I really enjoyed him. And we hardly had even talked.
Okay. Well, both of you are going to speak on September 25th, and you have a topic that you are going to share to our audience. So, Lee, let's start with you. What is the topic that you're going to share on September 25th?
Yes, my topic is the G3 shift from your inner critic to your positive self-talk. And G3 is my code for the 3 G's that I believe each and every one of us have. And that stands for genius, gifts, and greatness. And it's a unique combination to you. And I liken it to a cell phone number. We have 7 billion people across the planet. And at this time in our lives, there's about 90%, if not more, people who have cell phones, which means there's almost 7 billion cell phone numbers hitting all of our satellites. And yet, while we have the digits 0 through 9 in common, no 2 numbers are exactly alike. And so when you hit the right numbers, you get to connect with that person. Well, when you unlock your genius, your gifts, and your greatness within yourself, you find that purpose where you find the confidence with the purpose you're already serving, and you get to take that out into the world, and it just continues to create positive ripples and effects.
Wow, that is amazing. I'm really excited about that. Okay, and Chris, what about you? What's the topic of your presentation for the 25th?
Create income you'll never outlive. And so helping thousands of people for, 35 years, I really saw, people are just living in this fear, is their money going to last as long as they are? And now with people have more longevity. And because in my practice, I've seen 3 secrets for safe money and a fabulous future, things that people miss. It's not their fault. There's no judgment. You go to school, you learn how to make money. You get out of school, what do? You go make money and give it to somebody else to gamble. So people don't understand. And it's really simple. I make it really simple so people can know how to protect their assets, what legal documents they need to have, and how to have tax-free income or tax-deferred income for life, depending on what their age and their health and their wealth and their goals are. So it's comprehensive. It covers a lot of things, and want to have people pay attention to their healthy money.
Wow, I am so happy that we have both of you for this year's Fire Up Live event, because I always want to make sure that we bring the best of information that people can learn from, and they can improve their quality of life. And for both of you, I mean, you have been dedicated and passionate about, sharing this information to your target market. And now you're going to be able to do that here in North County, San Diego. And I'm hoping that the people here in San Diego or in closest area, that they will take advantage of your information, because that's the way you have to improve your life. Is you have to show up, listen and learn from the experts, and then apply all those learnings to your life and business. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and we will be right back. And I would like to learn more from these two amazing ladies. So don't go away, and we'll see you then.
Welcome to Fire Up Live 2025, an immersive speaker transformation experience designed to accelerate your visibility, refine your message, and unlock real opportunities in the speaking industry. Join us September 25th through 28th across Southern California, from the center in Escondido to Old Town Theater in Temecula, and ending at the Air and Space Museum in San Diego, for 4 unforgettable days of high-impact training, masterminds, and live experiences. Led by some of the most dynamic voices in the industry, Fire Up Live is where your speaker journey transforms. September 25th, VIP Speaker Training Program. Kick off day 1 with world-renowned actor and transformational speaker Glenn Morshower. He'll train you in performance mastery, from vocal control to emotional connection, so you can own any stage with unforgettable presence. Marie Waite brings expert insights from her book, Who Do You Think You Are?, helping you build an authentic personal brand that opens doors in the speaking world. Learn how to monetize your message in just 30 days, without spending a dime on ads or emails, with strategist Manny Lopez. TEDx curator and speaker coach Jim McLaughlin will guide you through message shaping and stage confidence. Network with industry leaders and vendors over a curated VIP lunch. Vendors also gain access to this high-value networking session. September 26th, Building Solid Foundations Mastermind. Day 2 features a dynamic mastermind session led by business strategist Steve Matley. This session helps speakers and entrepreneurs gain clarity, refine their brand positioning, and plan their next strategic move. Enjoy a professional photo shoot aligned with your speaker brand, ideal for elevating your portfolio and marketing. September 27th, TEDx Temecula Experience. On day 3, immerse yourself in the TEDx Temecula experience at the historic Old Town Temecula Theater. Experience the inner workings of TEDx Temecula, an independently organized TED event. Discover how TEDx speakers are selected, coached, and elevated onto the global stage. Watch live, master-level presentations that inspire and transform. September 28th, Fire Up Wings Fashion Show. Wrap up the weekend in style at the Fire Up Wings Fashion Show, held at the iconic San Diego Air and Space Museum. Enjoy live jazz from Valerie Geeson, designs inspired by flight, fashion, and leadership, and James Bond-style runway moments from business leaders and featured designers. Plus, witness the beauty of the Trueness Project's signature butterfly wings come to life on the runway. Reserve your spot now at fireupconnect.com/fire-up-live. Early bird pricing ends July 31st.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show, and I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite. We are with Lee Smith and Chris Miller, and they're both presenting at the Fire Up Live 2025, and it's going to be at the North County Center. It's called the Center at 1205 Auto Parkway in Escondido. And so make sure that you go to fireuplive.com so you can see all the information and be able to join us there. So I want to get back to Lee and Chris. So Lee, with so far, how long have you been speaking?
Oh gosh, I think this is my 8th year. I've been speaking since 2018.
So I'm sure you have a lot of amazing experience and stories that you can share with us. What is one of the best experience that you've had so far from your speaking career?
Oh gosh. Well, aside from being able to work personally with Glenn Morshower last year when I attended the Fire Up Live event, I would have to say it was during 2020 when I got to work with the Les Brown, the godfather of motivational speaking. And because it was during the time of COVID, I did work with him virtually, and it was a 12-month opportunity in that relationship. And I learned so much from him about storytelling and tying the lessons so that you could share that with the audience. And then I was one of the small handful of students that he personally invited to his virtual event in June of 2021. And I documented my video that day on my social media. And when that memory comes up, just to see the difference in me, because I was so excited at that time, was so fantastic. So to be able to work with somebody so incredible with the public speaking, it just developed my storytelling and being able to take my message out into the world. And then, like I said, working with Glenn, it's giving me those little bit of improvements to make it so much more similar to what Chris said about connecting more with the audience, getting even better with that storytelling so that I fall into their hearts. And then they also remember from the experience what it is that they want to do next when they go home and wake up the next morning.
Okay. And Chris, for you, I mean, you've been speaking for so many years. What is one thing that you can share with us in terms of, really motivate you to keep going and making sure that you improve your speaking skills?
Well, actually, it was back in April, and I was invited to speak in Dallas at the Women's Wealth Symposium, and it was
Okay.
sponsored by Bank of America, and it was a packed room and people online, and I had a brand new slide deck, and I was all ready to go. And I got up there, and I felt disconnected from this new deck. It was too much thinking about the deck. And I made a decision right on the spot, which was not my normal, to just go by the feeling. And I said, you know what? I'm going to speak from my heart. Now, I've always been in this, I have my presentation and I go by the slides, and I just threw them all away. And I spoke from my heart, and it had to be the best presentation I ever did. Like, you mean I could just be me? And then people running up and hugging me and thanking me and crying. And it was a heart-mind connection. So it was
Yes.
very divine.
Well, I think, when you are doing a presentation, preparing all the information that you need to share, sometimes you get bombarded with your PowerPoint and you want to follow your outline and you don't want to miss anything. But at the same time, you got to be careful about your connection with your audience, right? So,
Right.
because that really what matters. If they don't connect with you as a speaker, it's really hard to be able to understand, what you have if they can't relate to it. Now, Lee, I know you've had many years of speaking too. Did you ever struggle when it comes to that part where you're trying to connect with your audience?
Oh, I'm sure I've had moments, and I've been very, very fortunate that the first time I grabbed the mic, so to speak, was when I was 8 years old. And it was through sharing a reading to my church congregation. And when I saw my friends and my peers at that time, like, I can't get up in front of people, that's just the scariest thing. I didn't feel any fear. I felt excitement. And so getting up there and just seeing all the eyes and the smiles back at me was so amazing. And when I walked away from that stage, if you will, in this case, it was the church sanctuary, and I felt this shiver go through me. And I remember thinking, what was that feeling and how do I get more of that? So carrying on in my journey in life and having the privilege of fulfilling a dream of being a stay-at-home mom. Now my kids are grown. I felt the little 8-year-old in my head saying, hey, remember that feeling? Let's go chasing that again. And that's when I said, I need to start getting on stages. And after living life, all the different lessons I've learned, I've been studying personal growth development for over 30 years. And so all the concepts that I've learned from that, and I've been able to turn and tweak some of those to make them my own and share that with the audience. And now when I get up and I share my message and my story with them and these concepts that can create these wins and transformations for them, watching their eyes light up within a moment, they're like, I never saw it that way before. Being able to do that. But there have been a couple of times, I can't think of them specifically because you don't really hold on to those moments, right? But I have had those where I've showed up and I'm like, that didn't really land. That didn't really land. And maybe it was when I was trying to shift and do maybe a different line or a different way of looking at things, and it didn't quite set. And it was where I would have to turn and pivot for a moment and do like Chris said, like that, just throw that out the window and just speak from my heart, because it's the authentic self that's really going to connect with the audience. And it's like Maya Angelou says, right? Like, people won't remember what you said. They won't remember what you did, but they will remember how you left them feeling. So that's where that connection with the audience comes from.
Okay, well, Chris, is it really that important for someone to keep improving their speaking skill, even though they have mastered their information already?
Yeah, I mean, people would look at me and go, well, you've done this for 3 decades. Don't you have it down? And I never take the arrogant position that I have that down, because speaking as an artist, just like singing, I also sing too. So
Wow, I love that.
I write music. I actually am on a record label in Nashville and have a couple CDs that were put in the Grammys.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
thank you.
That's
It's
amazing.
Christian and inspirational music, and
Mhm.
I've been very blessed. And then God had me come and, like come into the money thing, but I want to do the singing and take that same energy. Now I'm mixing them together, singing and speaking, but take that same energy and to be able to connect. I think the learning is just going to go all the way on till I, cross over. I'm just going to
Mhm.
stay open. So, because I really want to connect with people. And one thing that I have been really dialing in lately is the difference between having a conversation with a room or giving an orientation, a speaking, like, a lecture. So I started with the lectures things when I first started, but now
Mhm.
it's more of a conversation.
Wow. And I bet with all of those years, I mean, you've helped so many people. You said over 6,000 people,
I know, I stopped counting.
families. I mean, that's a lot of people. I
I
mean, that is
know.
incredible. It's a legacy what you have done already. And I'm very, very proud of what you have accomplished. You are amazing. And Lee, again, what you are doing for others too, it's creating such a magnificent impact on their life, because you're really changing their mindset in a way. But we have a couple of minutes for you guys right now, but one thing I want to ask you is, if you can give the audience your best advice, and about the Fire Up Live. You have like 1 minute for each, so go ahead, Lee. I'll let you start first.
All right. Well, let's take the 3 words, fire up live. We got to reset the fire within you. That, if the spark has, the fire has dimmed within you, this is an opportunity to connect and collaborate with the people there who show up and reignite within you. what am I showing up for? And that up is exactly that. What am I showing up for? And up is taking yourself to that next level and rising up, or maybe it's rising up again. If you've gone through challenges and adversities, and we face so many different things evolving in the world, whether it's marketing, it's the branding, it's the connecting with the audience. Like Chris mentioned, we never stop learning, even if we've been speaking for 30 years or 8 years across hundreds of stages. There's always something to learn. So taking yourself up, and then live, I'm going to shift that for just a moment and go live, because living life to the fullest is what we're meant to be here for. We're not meant to just be on the planet, breathe, and then stop breathing. No, we're meant to fully live and experience this wonderful gift that we have called life. So fire up live. You want to be there.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Okay, Chris, now it's your turn.
All right. Well, ditto everything she just said for sure. And when you set the intention and stay open and you show up, fire up your life, you will walk up out of there fired up, because setting the intention, that has been coming together way more for me. So nowadays, when you're in that right spirit, you literally will meet the next person that you're supposed to, that fits the puzzle of what your assignment is, because we all have something special to do, and there's no higher or lower. We're coming together, and there's something about these gatherings. They're like different families or communities. Inside of this network, we all can help each other with different things. It isn't just, one person is the star. We're all the star, and we're all here to help each other. And the more of us, the two or more of us that get gathered together, we will change the world.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. So anyway, for everyone that's out there who's listening to our show or watching our videos, please make sure that you share this show, because we will be there on September 25th at the center. That's 1205 Auto Parkway, and we start at 1:00 p.m. If you want to check more information, you have to go to fireuplive.com, and you can get your tickets, and it's only $25. So make sure that you join us. Okay, anyway, in our next segment, we're going to meet two more of our presenters, and so don't go away. We will be right back. Thank you, Lee, and thank you, Chris, for joining us today. So this is for growth-focused entrepreneurs. FireUp Connect is ideal for business owners who wants to have access to expert resources, who prioritize visibility and brand positioning.
I love how confident she is in what she does as a brand strategist. She helps other business owners build their business through collaboration and also building their brand.
Build lasting and in meaningful relationship.
I recommend this to anybody who wants to network or just meet new people in business.
Pay attention to what the challenge is, because if you know something of how you can help that person, then you want to have a meeting with it, because there's an opportunity there.
I like the collaboration. It's not like most networking events typically, you just go in a room, people just go to who they know. And it's like, this is a little better, it gets you out of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
So that's what's good about this. That's something I like to see more, like instead of just going to people that's what networking is, something you don't know.
It's nice to be introduced to a new format. This forces us to learn about each other's businesses and get out of our comfort zones and really participate.
We want to make sure that we value our time, and we're very intentional, and we have a purpose for coming here.
And that's the whole goal of this networking, is to really, get to know each other in a deeper level, because not just the surface, not just an acquaintance, not just a first time meeting, because this is partnership also. I mean, you're here, you're getting to know each other, you're creating. That's why you have to build lasting and meaningful relationships.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and today I have Jim McLaughlin for you, who is a transformational management consultant. Jim, welcome to the show.
Hey, Marie, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, so I'm really excited. You're going to be part of the Fire Up Live event on
Woo!
September 25th. So tell me, what are we supposed to expect from that day from you?
Oh my gosh. Well, come prepared because you may be surprised at what you get from being there. I'm going to be talking about what it's like having given a TEDx talk and the value in what that can provide to your brand, to your company, to your future, and for the world. I've coached probably 100 people preparing to get on that TEDx stage, and I've also had a hand in selecting speakers to go on that stage. I've been a TEDx licensee for, 12, 13 years now. So I've seen a lot, and I'm eager to share that with you to help you get to that next level, to make the impact that you want to make in a way that is worldwide recognized. And, there's nothing quite like having a TEDx talk available as part of your your collateral materials, if you will, just to have it. And having gone through that process, we've had several people that have it's been a life-changing process just going through that process. And anyway, I could keep going on and on about it, but that's
how I've heard how intense the process of getting into TEDx Temecula. So can you share us a little bit of what that is?
Yes, absolutely. So it's quite simply, there's really two ways. We're out looking in our own community for people who have something to share, that have an idea worth spreading. But primarily we get our speakers through an application process that's on our website, TEDxTemecula.com. And in that, there's several open-ended questions so we can get a sense of who you are, what you want to speak about, what your topic is. And then we ask, or as part of the application, we ask you to create a simple 2-minute video just on your phone, upload it to YouTube or wherever, and send us the link so we can get a connection with you as you're presenting what your idea is. Now, we're not looking for great speakers. We're looking for great ideas and the people that go with them, right? Because that's a big part of what makes us successful is, and maybe what makes all TED Talks and TEDx Talks successful, is we're speaking about something that is near and dear to us, something that we're involved in, we're engaged with, we developed or we discovered. And when we can tap into that aspect within ourselves and share it, it just comes out beautifully. It doesn't need to be polished. It communicates well. So is it difficult? Well, it can be, because sometimes we're looking for a way to express something, or but that's where the coaching comes in. That's where the feedback comes in from not just me, but from other speakers and other people on the coaching team, on the organization team.
So on September 25th, you'll be able to help the attendees understand how to become a TEDx speaker.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely. We're deep in that process right now. TEDx Temecula is on the 27th of September. So we'll be, the speakers, they'll be having their rehearsal, the dress rehearsal the next night. So I'll have plenty of fresh information and knowledge to share with you all.
Wow, that's exciting. So September 27th, and it will be at the Old Town Temecula Theater. Am I right? Is it the same?
That's correct.
Thing?
Starts at 10 a.m., goes till about 3:30. And then we have a private speaker reception after that. If there's tickets available left for that, then that's something you should check out as well. You get one-on-one time with speakers that way.
Yeah, I'm excited. I heard also that Glenn Morshower is going to be one of the featured speakers. So tell me, who are the speakers and what are they going to be talking about?
Oh my gosh, I didn't come prepared to tell you all of them. We have 8 speakers, and well, I'll just share the one with you or with you all that Marie and I were talking about right before we started. So it's a woman here in town and her daughter, and which is rare. We usually don't have 2 people on stage at the same time, but her daughter has special needs,
Okay.
and it's about the journey that they've both taken. And I can't say more without giving it away. And
Yeah.
I don't want to do that because, one of the things that coming to an event is having an open mind and not really knowing what you're going to hear because we develop preconceived notions. I have a story that I used to tell about, if you saw that there was going to be a high school teacher, you might not think be all that interested in. So we want you to come just to see what you'll find out. But it's a wide variety of backgrounds, a wide variety of topics. That's something we do deliberate so that there's something for everybody. And there's also that surprise aspect is you're going to get something from people that you didn't expect you might, like a high school teacher.
Yes.
But
And
they're all over the map, from actors to moms.
okay. And you normally get about 300 to 400 people in this event, right?
Yes,
And,
yes.
and
The
there's
theater
also
sells out at 360, and we usually have a pretty full house.
okay. And you also include lunch for
That's
people to
right.
enjoy. Okay. Well, I've always enjoyed the lunch at TEDx Temecula, so I love going there. But for everyone out there, make sure that you check out TEDx Temecula.
Yeah, TEDx, TEDx, Temecula, all one word, or no spaces or dashes or any of that in there. Just TEDxTemecula.com, and you can access the ticketing site from there. You can see some of our previous talks there, and even the application to speak for next year.
Okay. And then they can get the ticket from actually fireuplive.com if you want to do that, or you can go straight to TEDxTemecula.com and you can get the ticket. So whatever works for you guys. If you can't find it, you can also call Jim, or you can call me at 619-453-4664 or 951-378-5316. Anyway, Jim, I have a question for you because I know you have been helping a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs for your coaching. You're still doing that actively, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I recognized over the past, I became more known for TEDx Temecula than I did for my own business. I don't
Okay.
make any money from TEDx Temecula. It's a passion project. It's all volunteer effort. And everybody is a volunteer on the team. Nobody makes any money, including the speakers. And so my business, and really it was an outshoot, if that's a word. It really came out of my mission in my business, which is to elevate the level of conversation happening in my communities, to have people talking less about what's wrong and more about what's possible. And in a business setting, when people are complaining less and solving problems more and thinking outside the box and getting outside their comfort zone, as they say, and trying new things and experimenting and working in an environment where that's nurtured, it could, because innovation is critical to any business. I don't care what you're doing. You've got to be thinking about what's next, what's coming, how can I make my product or service better, all of that. And so it's my privilege to work with the TEDx speakers, but also to work with high achieving business owners to help their teams thrive and to produce not just great results, but a great life for themselves and a great organization, business, whether it's nonprofit or for profit, for the community that they serve. There's just nothing better than that in my mind. So it's my privilege to be able to do that. The name of my company is Effective Action Consulting, and that's what we're about, is having you take effective action towards the vision that you have, the dreams that you want to fulfill, the difference that you want to make in the world.
Wow, that's amazing. And I know how amazing your coaching is because I did experience your process of coaching, and I always loved it. And it really helped me for my own personal, process of producing events.
Yeah, yeah, and look at you. Look what you've done. Look what you've accomplished. That's
I
so
know
thank you.
it's still a lot of work, Jim, and I think, with coaching, you have to constantly have someone really talking to you and, helping organize your mind when you're doing all kinds of projects, especially with someone like me. I do so many projects. I don't know how many I have on my plate, but, I think, for many years of doing it, you learn, a system, and you create a good system to make it happen. And but with your mentorship, with your coaching, it truly helps or make it more, you fine tune the process, you make it better on how you do it. So
Yeah, and getting past the persistent roadblocks, right? The things
yes.
that we just struggle with. I mean, that's the golden part there, is just like, how do I, people don't like to have, confronting other people, like, or having difficult conversations, those kinds of things. Well, but sometimes that's the most important conversation you can have in your business, not because you need to shut somebody down or make somebody wrong, but because something comes out of those conversations that isn't going to happen if we don't have them, right?
Okay.
It could be a true breakthrough for your business. So.
No, exactly. And so I wanted to make sure that people can get a hold of you, but we're going to go take a commercial break. And for everyone out there, don't go away. We will be right back with Jim McLaughlin.
Welcome to Fire Up Live 2025, an immersive speaker transformation experience designed to accelerate your visibility, refine your message, and unlock real opportunities in the speaking industry. Join us September 25th through 28th across Southern California, from the center in Escondido to Old Town Theater in Temecula, and ending at the Air and Space Museum in San Diego, for 4 unforgettable days of high-impact training, masterminds, and live experiences. Led by some of the most dynamic voices in the industry, Fire Up Live is where your speaker journey transforms. September 25th, VIP Speaker Training Program. Kick off day 1 with world-renowned actor and transformational speaker Glenn Morshower. He'll train you in performance mastery, from vocal control to emotional connection, so you can own any stage with unforgettable presence. Marie Waite brings expert insights from her book, Who Do You Think You Are?, helping you build an authentic personal brand that opens doors in the speaking world. Learn how to monetize your message in just 30 days. Without spending a dime on ads or emails with strategist Manny Lopez. TEDx curator and speaker coach Jim McLaughlin will guide you through message shaping and stage confidence. Network with industry leaders and vendors over a curated VIP lunch. Vendors also gain access to this high-value networking session. September 26th, Building Solid Foundations Mastermind. Day 2 features a dynamic mastermind session led by business strategist Steve Matley. This session helps speakers and entrepreneurs gain clarity, refine their brand positioning, and plan their next strategic move. Enjoy a professional photo shoot aligned with your speaker brand, ideal for elevating your portfolio and marketing. September 27th, TEDx Temecula Experience. On day 3, immerse yourself in the TEDx Temecula experience at the historic Old Town Temecula Theater. Experience the inner workings of TEDx Temecula, an independently organized TED event. Discover how TEDx speakers are selected, coached, and elevated onto the global stage. Watch live, master-level presentations that inspire and transform. September 28th, Fire Up Wings Fashion Show. Wrap up the weekend in style at the Fire Up Wings Fashion Show, held at the iconic San Diego Air and Space Museum. Enjoy live jazz from Valerie Geeson, designs inspired by flight, fashion, and leadership, and James Bond-style runway moments from business leaders and featured designers. Plus, witness the beauty of the Trueness Project's signature butterfly wings come to life on the runway. Reserve your spot now at fireupconnect.com/fire-up-live. Early bird pricing ends July 31st.
So this is for growth-focused entrepreneurs. Fire Up Connect is ideal for business owners who wants to have access to expert resources, who prioritize visibility and brand positioning.
I love how confident she is in what she does as a brand strategist. She helps other business owners build their business through collaboration and also building their brand.
Build lasting and in meaningful relationship.
I recommend this to anybody who wants to network or just meet new people in business.
Pay attention to what the challenge is, because if you know something of how you can help that person, then you want to have a meeting with it because there's an opportunity there.
I like the collaboration. It's not like most networking events typically, you just go in a room, people just go to who they know. And it's like, this is a little better, it gets you out of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
So that's what's good about this. That's something I like to see more, like instead of just going to people you know, that's what networking is, something you don't know.
It's nice to be introduced to a new format. This forces us to learn about each other's businesses and get out of our comfort zones and really participate.
We want to make sure that we value our time and we're very intentional and we have a purpose for coming here. And that's the whole goal of this networking, is to really, get to know each other in a deeper level. Because not just the surface, not just an acquaintance, not just a first time meeting, because this is partnership also. I mean, you're here, you're getting to know each other, you're creating. That's why you have to build lasting and meaningful relationships.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. And we were with Jim McLaughlin, who is an amazing transformational management consultant. And he is also the one that started the TEDx Temecula. And so, Jim, in regards to your coaching, what is the process for people to start with you if in case they need your help?
Oh, great. Well, it really starts with a conversation. I have lots of availability in my calendar set aside for people to sit down with me, literally or on Zoom, and just discuss what they're up to in their business and what they want to create, what they want to produce, or just what they're dealing with, what they're struggling with. What is it, an area that they just can't get past. Tagline that I used to use quite frequently was, I help business owners get off the treadmill and go somewhere with their business. The treadmill's good, it works, right? It maybe doesn't work as well, maybe you're not hitting your dreams, but it's working, so it's okay, and we kind of want to stay there. It takes a little bit of a risk sometimes to venture out and do the innovation that I was speaking about earlier. So it really just starts with a conversation, and the way that I work, and I have, maybe we can put a link in the notes or something like that, and I can get that to you as to how to set that up.
Okay.
But I work one-on-one with people. I have a mastermind program where people are working with each other in creating a vision for their business and for themselves, and supporting each other in holding each other accountable, in providing valuable feedback and useful information. And then what I bring to the table is a series of what we call distinctions designed to, as I mentioned earlier, elevate your thinking, elevate the conversations that you're having so you can have new conversations and produce new results. I also have a productivity program called Mission Control, it's a whole different paradigm for dealing with all the things that you have to do and handle in your life, your tasks, right? All the activities that you have to do. I'll have to talk to you about that one, Marie, because I wasn't
Awesome
offering that one up until, I'm sorry?
It will be great to learn more about it.
Yeah.
But then let me ask you a question. On the speaker side, how long does it take to take that program that you are going to offer them?
It's a 6-week program, and it's like a boot camp. We just go deeply into every aspect, and a lot of it is you practicing, and this is how we do it with a TEDx speaker, and then providing some constructive feedback, not just feedback on what's good and what's not good, but different ways of arranging the talk, because many people don't realize that there are many different ways to tell a story.
Yeah.
Right. There's the hero's journey. There's the rags to riches. There's just so many different ways to tell a story. And depending on how you tell, not just your story, but the whole arc of what your talk is about, from what you want people to take away from it, from what you want to emphasize, what's important to you about your talk, and having that come through. And sometimes that takes a little bit of mining, just like coaching does, to get at what's underneath that. Well, what's underneath that? Oh, now that's gold right there.
Wow.
So that's what the process looks like.
So that's
By
really
the end, you'll have a talk that's ready to go.
okay. So that's really a good combination with what Glenn Morshower is doing for the speakers in regards to the delivery on stage, make it more powerful because of his experience in acting. And then you take them to really get deeper on the storytelling in terms of, really analyzing what the content does for people or for themselves, right?
Yeah. I've worked with many speakers that have been professional speakers,
Mhm.
and they come out going, wow, I never thought about doing a talk that way. There's something different. And we all know this, right? We don't necessarily can't put our finger on it, but there's something different about a TED talk or about a TEDx talk.
Yeah.
It's the subject matter often is part of that, but then how it gets relayed, how it gets communicated, and how it lands for people.
Okay. Well, that's good to know because, it's very different when you are speaking to a group of people based on promoting your business, but it's totally different from how you have to present yourself in TEDx, right? So
Yes.
so
Yes,
that's what
absolutely.
they need to know, that
Mhm.
there's a different format for TEDx.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad that I, have you at the Fire Up Live event. Is there anything else that you would like to tell people about it, or
Well, just come to Fire Up Live, come to TEDx Temecula. Have it be, an amazing extended weekend for you, and just be amazed and live life from that place. How can I be more amazed?
Yes. And
Bring
then
it on.
in terms of your business, you're still in Temecula, right?
I am.
Okay. And how do they get a hold of you, Jim?
Well, my company's name is Effective Action Consulting. So effectiveactionconsulting.com, or email me, jim@effectiveactionconsulting.com, or I can give you my phone number, which is 951-225-2179. And you can just text me and I'll send you a link, and you can set up a time that we can talk, or however you want to reach out to me. That's the best way to do it. I'm not a big user of social media. So, Facebook Messenger, you may have noticed, Marie, if you try to reach me that way, I'm a little lacking in that area, but phone, email, texting, that should cover it.
Okay. And is your office in Temecula or Murrieta?
Yeah, I work out of my home. I just, like you can probably tell where I'm at right now. And if you're a local business owner, or even within an hour radius of Temecula, give or take, I can come and meet you at your office, which I like because I'm in your environment that way.
Yeah, exactly. And you can totally see, what their situation, how you can really look at, helping them with their business.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jim, for joining us here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show.
You're so welcome. I'm grateful for this opportunity, Marie. Thank you so much.
All right. And for everyone that's listening to our show or watching our show, please make sure that you check out our event at the Fire Up Live, which is fireuplive.com. And definitely you will meet Jim there. We're going to have Glenn Morshower and so many amazing speakers. I believe Manny Lopez is also going to be there, and he is someone that's going to share you some great business resources. So check it out, fireuplive.com. And if you would like to be a part of the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show and be interviewed here, please reach out to us. My number is 619-453-4664, or you can call 951-378-5316. And KCAA Radio Network is covering over 5 million households in the greater Los Angeles, and we are available on all of your streaming channels, including Roku TV and Amazon Fire TV, under Building Solid Foundations. So anyway, we are here every Sunday at 3:00 p.m. and I hope to see you again next week. And again, thank you, Jim, for being here, and have a fabulous lifestyle, everyone. And
welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.